Hey guys, today we're diving deep into the world of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that's incredibly relevant to our lives today. It's a way of thinking that has stood the test of time, offering wisdom and guidance for centuries. Now, you might have heard that Stoicism is all about being emotionless, like some kind of unfeeling robot. This idea is quite common, but it's far from the truth. But let me tell you, that's a huge misconception. Stoicism is not about turning off our emotions or becoming detached from the world around us. Stoicism isn't about suppressing our emotions. It's about recognizing them, understanding their roots, and learning how to respond to them in a healthy and constructive way. It's about understanding them, managing them, and using them to our advantage. By doing so, we can transform our emotional responses into sources of strength and wisdom. It's about finding inner peace and resilience in a world that's constantly throwing challenges our way. Stoicism helps us build a solid foundation of inner tranquility, no matter what external circumstances we face. Think of it like this. Imagine you're a ship sailing on the open ocean. The journey can be smooth at times, but it can also be filled with storms and rough waters. The waves represent our emotions, and they can be powerful and unpredictable. They can rise suddenly and crash down with great force. Without the right skills and mindset, we can get tossed around and even capsized by them. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and lost when we don't know how to handle these emotional waves. Stoicism teaches us how to navigate those emotional waves, how to stay the course, and how to reach our destination with clarity and purpose. Provides us with the tools to steer our ship through any storm, ensuring we remain steady and focused on our path. So, how exactly did the Stoics view emotions? They believed that emotions themselves aren't inherently good or bad. They're simply natural responses to the world around us. It's what we do with those emotions that matters. It's about recognizing that we have a choice. We can either let our emotions control us, or we can learn to control them. Think about it. Have you ever said or done something in the heat of the moment that you later regretted? We've all been there. That's our emotions taking the wheel. Stoicism gives us the tools to take back control, to respond to situations with wisdom and clarity rather than reacting impulsively. The Stoics made a distinction between two main types of emotions, passions and eupatheia. Passions are what we typically think of as negative emotions: anger, fear, jealousy, grief. These emotions are often intense, overwhelming, and can lead us to make poor choices. Eupatheia, on the other hand, are considered more positive or healthy emotions: joy, contentment, gratitude. These emotions are associated with wisdom, virtue, and living in accordance with nature. Now, the Stoics weren't saying that we should never experience negative emotions. They understood that these emotions are a natural part of life. But they believed that by understanding the nature of our emotions and by practicing specific techniques, we could minimize the impact of negative emotions and cultivate more positive ones. One of the most powerful Stoic techniques is the dichotomy of control. This concept is the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy and has been guiding people for centuries. This principle states that there are things in life that we can control and things we cannot. Understanding this distinction is crucial for achieving inner peace and resilience. We can control our thoughts, our judgments, our beliefs, and our actions. These are the elements within our power, and they shape our character and our destiny. We cannot control external events, the weather, the opinions of others, or even our own health, although we can influence it with our actions. These are the elements outside our power, and they often bring uncertainty and challenge. The key is to focus our energy and attention on what we can control, our own internal world, and to accept what we cannot control with equanimity. This acceptance is not about resignation, but about understanding and wisdom. Think of it like this. If you're caught in a traffic jam, you can get angry and frustrated, but it won't change the situation. Your emotions and reactions are within your control, not the traffic itself. Or you can choose to accept that the situation is out of your control and use that time to listen to a podcast, practice mindfulness, or simply relax. By doing so, you transform a potentially stressful situation into an opportunity for growth and tranquility. Another powerful Stoic technique is cognitive distancing. This involves separating ourselves from our immediate emotional reactions and observing them with a sense of detachment. By doing so, we can gain a clearer perspective on our thoughts and feelings. Instead of identifying with our emotions, like saying "I am angry," we can reframe our thinking to create distance, such as saying "I am experiencing anger." This subtle shift in language can have a profound impact on how we process and manage our emotions. Imagine this: you're at work, and a colleague makes a snide remark about your performance. It's easy to take such comments personally and let them affect your mood. Your immediate reaction might be anger or resentment. These emotions can cloud your judgment and lead to impulsive actions. But instead of letting those emotions hijack your day, you can practice cognitive distancing. Take a deep breath and remind yourself to step back and observe your feelings without getting swept away by them. You can remind yourself that their words say more about them than they do about you. This perspective helps you maintain your composure and respond more thoughtfully. This doesn't mean ignoring your emotions altogether. Acknowledging them is important, but it's equally crucial to not let them control you. It simply means creating space between your feelings and your reactions, allowing you to respond with wisdom and composure rather than reacting impulsively. By practicing cognitive distancing regularly, you can cultivate a more balanced and resilient mindset, better equipped to handle life's challenges. The Stoics were big believers in the power of reflection. They understood that by taking the time to examine our thoughts and emotions, we could gain valuable insights and make positive changes in our lives. One of the best ways to practice reflection is through journaling. By writing down our thoughts and feelings, we can begin to identify patterns in our emotional responses. Ask yourself these questions in your journal. What situations tend to trigger negative emotions in me? How do I typically react in those situations? What are some alternative ways I could respond? Journaling isn't about dwelling on negative emotions. It's about understanding them, learning from them, and finding healthier ways to cope. Cultivating the seeds of joy, finding happiness within. Remember eupatheia, those positive emotions we talked about earlier? The Stoics believed that true happiness, or eudaimonia, didn't come from external circumstances, but from living in accordance with virtue and reason. One of the key ingredients of eudaimonia is joy. But how do we cultivate joy in a world that can often feel chaotic and unpredictable? The Stoics believed that true joy comes from within. It's about finding pleasure in simple things, appreciating the present moment, and focusing on what truly matters in life. Contentment, the art of appreciating the present moment. Another important eupatheia is contentment. This doesn't mean settling for mediocrity or becoming complacent. It means finding peace and satisfaction in the present moment, regardless of our circumstances. The Stoics understood that true contentment comes from accepting what is, rather than dwelling on what could have been or what we wish things were. It's about appreciating the good in our lives, even when things are tough. Think about it. When we're constantly chasing after the next big thing, we miss out on the beauty of the present moment. We forget to appreciate the simple pleasures in life: a warm cup of coffee, a good conversation, a walk in nature. Gratitude, the antidote to negative emotions. Gratitude is like the ultimate superpower when it comes to cultivating positive emotions. When we focus on what we're grateful for, it shifts our perspective and helps us to see the good even in difficult times. Think about it. When you wake up in the morning, do you focus on everything that's wrong in your life? Or do you take a moment to appreciate the fact that you're alive, that you have people who care about you, that you have a roof over your head? Gratitude is a practice. It's about making a conscious effort to notice and appreciate the good things in our lives, both big and small. And the more we practice gratitude, the more we rewire our brains to focus on the positive. Embrace the Stoic way, a journey of emotional resilience. So there you have it, a glimpse into the world of Stoicism and its approach to emotions. Remember, it's not about being emotionless, it's about understanding our emotions, managing them effectively, and using them to live more fulfilling and meaningful lives. Start by incorporating some of these Stoic techniques into your own life. Practice the dichotomy of control, try cognitive distancing, start a journaling practice, and cultivate gratitude. It's a journey, and it takes time and effort. But I truly believe that by embracing the principles of Stoicism, we can all develop greater emotional resilience, find inner peace, and navigate the challenges of life with wisdom and grace.